Hola, mi compa. Or oompa loompas. See if anybody shows up. This is not a regularly scheduled event. Um, I figured, what the hey, I would go live. I missed y'all yesterday again. Couldn't sit up in front of the computer. Yeah, we have a victim. Welcome aboard, victim of watching Westness. Ah, it's Carol. Hey, Carol. If, you and C103 are the only two that come in. Y'all can't compete to see who comments the least. Uh, I didn't realize y'all were having a competition, but after y'all's little discussion, um, over there in the comment section, I was like, you know what? Um, he ain't lying, or they ain't lying. Y'all don't talk much. That's probably Mark over there. He's like, oh, shit, I just won't say nothing the whole time. All he's got to do is wait until it's over with and say hi and bye, and he's won, huh? And blew my back out. I did it good this time. Sucks too because that brand new air handler and stuff for the house. Got one that like doesn't. It was way more efficient. It was going to be a lot less electricity and blah 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 blah. And now it's in a box in the barn, not in the house. And February hits at midnight tonight. Like literally, it's like as soon as it turns February, the cold comes in. High tomorrow's what, 27 or something. And I think the high's around midnight. I think it stays cold all day. And then it's like that all the way to Friday. It's 28 right now here. Ooh, what's wrong there, Carol? Hey, CR. -2 Fahrenheit. That's freaking cold.
That's why we don't live in Canada, because we don't like cold.
Yeah. Exactly.
If we wanted to be that cold, we would move.
Weren't for the giant snakes and alligators, might consider Florida, but nah. Their rattlesnakes don't got no rattles on them. There's Mark. And Carol, you still got him by 4 or 5 comments, so we have to. I'll try to ask him specific questions and stuff. That way, he doesn't have any choice but to go ahead and answer, and that way maybe y'all can keep the competition going a little bit better than this. Right now it's just no contest. Yeah. Yeah, but is it going to stay 46? I think y'all supposed to get like really snowy, cold weather or something, aren't you? Oh, we've been, what was it, last week? We had like several days right at 70. Good weather. But I mean, it didn't, it was just like in the afternoons. Still. Wake up to 46 degrees and 40, 45 degrees, and then 65 by 1 o'clock. Well, is Ryan Hall a YouTube guy that does just weather? You have to, Chipper, you have to pick a side. And apparently, Carol and Mark have had a secret competition going to see who can comment the least amount in people's streams or channels. And Carol came in; she was the only one in there for a while, so she made a few comments because we were just talking back and forth, and I don't think that's fair. I think that Mark does that on purpose. He always comes in late so that he can forces her to go ahead and comment. So he's got a head start on her every time, and I don't think it's right. So I've got to remember to speak directly to C103 and tell him that that was a really good video today. It's kind of sad that you're talking about like not doing anymore, but be super careful. I know you fine, baby.
Oh, shush.
Be careful.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
You can't hurt. I'm injured.
And I'll be more injured.
Going to be more injured. Pretty much, yeah. Well, that on YouTube, he lurks so good. People don't even know he's in most of them. Well, I guess they're competing for second place. And maybe they just didn't invite you to play with them because they know you're just so good. They're amateur lurkers. Chipper, they're not on the same level of lurkerness as you. Tried to make cookies today. Not very good at cookies.
They were good.
Oh yeah, but I had to like chisel them off the pan.
The last ones.
Yeah, because I didn't tell her those. I was hoping that they would pop loose. You know how like when you can pour a concrete on something and it's kind of stuck to it or whatever, then you let it cool off or whatever. After it sets up, you can kind of give it a tap and it just kind of breaks loose. I was kind of hoping for that, but apparently cookies and concrete are completely different. And That one time I made those cookies, it said that you had to let them set. You couldn't take them away, off right away, and I was fine for that. And apparently, it's not the same cookies. And, they're peanut butter oatmeal cookies that I made the recipe up as I went. Yeah. They're actually not bad. Actually, they're pretty good. They're probably not the healthiest cookie in the world, but they're pretty good. They got peanut butter and oatmeal and brown sugar and butter and Crisco and some flour and some eggs. They're expensive cookies. I had to put 2 eggs in them. Not 100% sure that we'll be able to recover financially from that. Oh, wait, no, we get our eggs from the chicken's butts. Not trying to be a smart ass, but you can take my leather box and just slide in front of that if you want to. How'd you get a piece of leather out of there and try on this bunch of face off? Yeah, I'll give you one, but my arms ain't that long. The yeah. I'm hoping my back straightens itself out. This is not okay with me. It did like weird. Uh, the shooting pain always goes out whenever I throw it out. I throw it out all the time, but the shooting pain usually goes out the left side. How am I losing? I'm sitting right by the freaking thing. How can I be losing internet? Oh, clouds, satellite. Never mind. Um, anyway, and now I got both sides of my back are swollen, and it's really hard. I can't even stand up straight, and it's above. It's above where it usually is. I'm kind of worried. I may have slipped another disc, completely unrelated to my other discs. That's welcome to my life. As long as I set it on this couch, it doesn't hurt much. Right. That's a little smiley face chart, I guess. I'm about sitting here about 2.5. So I can live with that. Anyway, who's on the red team, who's on the blue team, and who's a light red? It's not an RV, it's just a campground, and it's a primitive campground. Uh, there's no amenities. You show up and you put your sleeping bag on the floor in the barn and you sleep there. You try to catch the trespassers. You could put your RV back there if you want to. Don't dump your stinking tank. No throwing your trash out. And, uh, no running over the no trespassing signs, damn it. That's just rude. I don't know if anybody's ever watched the show. I don't know. Where's that on this? On Netflix or something? Red versus Blue is where I got the title for this out. But you had the red guys and the blue guys who were fighting each other, and they didn't really know why they were fighting each other. They just knew they were supposed to fight each other. And that they were the enemy, and uh, they had the red guys got a replacement dude that come in and he was wearing pink. He said, "No, I'm red. It's just light red." And, you know, but that guy was a complete airhead. He didn't have a clue what he was doing there for sure. Didn't really know. I mean, it's the whole thing is pretty much, you know, could be applied to the socio political atmosphere that we have going on in the U.S. right now. People don't even know what they are, and they just know that the other people are against them or whatever. And it's like, no, 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 no. It's a Halo thing. If you've ever played Halo online, it's everybody's gets to be the Master Chief, and you shoot at each other and stuff. It's stupid. But you was either the red team or the blue team. So, Anna, you don't have any kind of political beliefs or anything? Not red. You can be red or blue or light red, which is pink. All right, that's not nobody nothing. Y'all got to make those decisions yourself. I am a rarity. I think I firmly believe in the republic, but I know for a fact that the republic has to be governed by the Constitution and or through under the Constitution. And I believe in all of the things that the Constitution carries and teaches. So I'm some kind of weird libertarian constitutional Republican. Uh, I actually can concur with a lot of the libertarian beliefs, except for the live, you do you and I'll do me thing. You can't sign out of the country. You can't. You can't be a part of the country and not be, you know, a part of the country. You can't say, well, I'll got all this stuff and I can do whatever I want, and everybody needs to just leave me alone because I'm an American, and claim to be an American living under the Constitution, which gives you the right to live on your own. We all have a duty. We have literally. That's one thing I do agree with. If you don't participate in governance, you don't have a say in governance. I don't think you should. Um, ooh, what's topaz? What color is that? Is that like fruity little blue or something?
Taupe,
Yeah,
taupe is brownish.
brown, brown. So he wants to be beige. Chipper's browning out on me. I've never read that book. Um,
It's a combination of brown and gray.
yeah.
It ranges from the color of a tan trench coat to that of a fresh mushroom.
So nobody knows what taupe is.
Taupe is a brown because my mom, when she used to always want to wear pantyhose to church, she would ask me to get her taupe. However you say that word. And they were brown. But they're a brown and a gray, apparently.
A grayish brown,
Grayish brown, something.
an ashen brown, maybe. I don't know. Sounds disgusting. Anyway, that's what Chipper's armor looks like. See, I already went purple on me. And that whole taxation without representation thing, and that's the deal. You doesn't say they're not going to tax you. It says you have a right to pick people that dictate how the money's going to be spent and how many taxes you pay. So there's some serious voting issues and some political activity issues if you getting taxed too much and your tax money getting spent someplace wrong. Like right now, we got a real problem. We got all our money going to the wrong place. And we should not have sent a bullet, a tank, a gallon of gasoline, nothing. We got no business over there. The last I can't say all of them, but I don't have proof. There's a whole lot more to the Venezuela falling apart than the mainstream media let on. The far right, alt right news guys out there that were telling everybody what was going on over there weren't telling the truth either. Yeah, it was a socialist country and it was doomed to failure. Um, but it was crushed from the outside, not from the inside. So, um, let's see, what was the other one that we started? Oh, There's something going over there in uh, Bosnia and some other places where we completely crushed the ability for those countries to do business outside of their own country. So the entire union fell apart, leaving everybody without stable governments and militaries, and uh, it devolved into genocide. Yeah, this thing we got going on over there, and yeah, the not our government, but the people that finance our government, they're the ones that got this thing going over there right now. The setting government over there made a deal with some dudes that deal with rubles to borrow the money to do all the stuff they were going to do. They was going to use rubles. It was all set. They were going to continue as they had forever. Each citizen was going to continue to get their royalty check for the energy produced and blah blah blah. Literally every citizen was going to benefit from the deal. The other side that wanted to finance what was going on, the ones that deal in the dollar, were going to lose a butt ton of money, and the dollar was going to devalue in reference to the ruble, which is not okay for anybody who owns all the dollars. We don't actually own all the dollars I got in my pocket aren't my dollars. I have those on loan. Just for the record, you don't own the cash in your pocket. They can literally turn off every Federal Reserve note out there. They can make them it be just like Confederate money. Useless. I mean, silver certificates issued by the United States government, they were able to literally turn off the value of a silver certificate. This silver certificate is supposed to be worth $1. It's a dollar. It's a silver dollar. It's whatever a silver dollar would be worth. That silver certificate is supposed to be worth. They just turned all that off. Anyway, long story short, we're not fixing to be okay, people. What are they griping about in Philadelphia? What did I miss over there? Somebody else get shot. Greetings from Tejas. Back at you there, UK. The real, love survival. Oh, Chipper said Brown's fine. I finally look back at the deal instead of just running my head. They says dead. Is Philadelphia where they beat that kid to death or young guy when they arrested him? That they're gonna have that. There was more to that than we'll ever know. Uh, those the people that did that were looking for that guy specifically, and one of the charges they've charged him with is aggravated kidnapping, attempted aggravated kidnapping. So when that kid bolted, he didn't bolt from police. He bolted from 5 men that were planning on taking him somewhere he didn't want to be. So, but we've already been through the Third World War. I mean, come on. Back in the early 2000s, I mean, how many places was that war? How many places were shooting at each other? Then we had uh, technically, North Korea and South Korea are still at war. Communist Chinese Party of China is supporting Northern Korea Communist Party in their war against the South Koreans. The United States is supporting the South Koreans against their fight with the North Koreans and the Communist Party of China. We have been at war with Communist China, military bang bang shoot 'em up war with Communist China since the 50s. Never stopped. Just ceasefire. Okay, so there's one. It's still one. Then we had a couple of countries over there in the Middle East, which are still all tore up. There's 2 or 3 wars going over there in Africa right now. Isn't the Philippines still shooting at each other? Yeah. I don't know if they'll ever launch nuclear weapons at each other. Anyway, let me see if I can find out what's going on. How do you spell that? I don't know. I can't. There's nothing on my news feed about it. Yeah. There's plenty of news coming out of Philadelphia. I guess that's one place I don't want to be. I actually hung out in Philadelphia for a month or so. Hey, Walter. Yeah, we've still got a few degrees. We got like 26 of them, I think. We got like 26 degrees still. It's actually supposed to warm up after the sun goes down, which is kind of weird. But I'm sitting here right next to the uh, wood stove with a coat on and a wool blanket over my legs with a freaking oven. It is about to melt my hip. You can't have.
I don't want the dog. He need me.
Well, they'll heat pad.
It's not cold in here.
No, it's not. My ass. I mean, my buttocks isn't. That's for sure. I would show y'all this dog, but he's not cute. I'll spare you. Dude, go get a sticker and bring him in the house. Section my daughter's dog. That's stuck with him. Well, I've probably told this story before, but they went to get this was going to be my dog. The only problem is my wife and my daughter went to get it for me as kind of like a surprise thing or whatever. And but by the time in the 46 miles or 48 miles or whatever, it took the trends to further the dog from where they went to get it to where it was going to live. It was no longer mine. So, uh, yeah, he's been Kirsten's dog here, June. Last couple months was always really starting to get annoyingly attached. So, I just I've been too busy doing things. I got a bunch of stuff recorded on my phone or whatever, but when you're doing something and you're trying to talk through it or whatever, I had a good one going. I had a really good rant going, and then some jerkwad cuts me off in traffic, and I went off on a tangent or tirade to him, and I'm like, oh, I can't put that on the YouTubes. So, and really have been trying to get stuff done here. Um, Still trying to get everything from the other house to here. Trying to keep this place going because got to change the stove. Looks like we're gonna have to change water here. Uh, had to fix fences, some more fences. Uh, just there's only one of me and stuff. And then I bet I was thinking it, trying to add it up, and since before Christmas, I think if you take December and January, actually, if you go all the way to Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, all the way up through today, I have been sick more days than I've been okay. Either diarrhea, uh, vomiting, headache, or uh, congestion. This crud stuff twice. Started it. That's what got me started back in Thanksgiving. Um, it's just been cycling through. It's not just me either. I mean, there's both of my brothers got super sick, and they're still down. And we're not even around each other, so it's not us passing back and forth. It's been a rough couple of months. All right, Sierra, we'll see you later. I made some good soup earlier. So, well, I started on that soup early. Got home, I was hungry for breakfast and decided to make soup instead. So it's been about 2 hours making that pot of soup. Well, not like standing there going, ooh, blah, 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 blah. Cooking time. Altogether, it was a couple hours on the stove. It was potato soup. Potato and onion soup. But the trick to good potato soup is to cook the potatoes slowly. So the outside of them cooks more than the inside of them. So you wind up with a creamy potato soup with lumps in it. Yeah. How many people, when you make potato soup, how many people put milk in it? I put a little milk in that potato soup. Onions too. I put a little garlic. You can use garlic powder. You can take a clove and grind it up, throw it in the soup. That works too. Very spicy. Secret. Black pepper, one of them. Salt. Onion. You gotta wait till the potatoes are nearly done, then or till the potatoes are about half cooked, then you throw the onion in there. The beauty about onion and potatoes cooking together is the onion will stay together when you start breaking up the potatoes. Onion stays good. Have put ham in there just because we had some ham. Yeah. Then, yeah, it's easy. I put some cream mushroom soup in it. Quit pushing me, man. Why are you pushing me? Then I made some biscuits. I'm not like, I can function with my back like this. It just hurts a lot. I'm actually not drunk right now. I'm not even pain meted out or anything. This is just what this level of pain does in my brain. All I got to do to go from the 3 I'm on right now to a 5 is stand up. No, I got more sense than most of the white folks that want to pretend they're super bad by eating hot food. I don't do that stuff. You asking me about? The I've got the cough and stuff on it. This cough now is just allergies. That stuff I had, I was coughing up green. That was pretty rough. It was on 2 separate antibiotics. Still taking them actually. Bacon, onions, garlic, carrot, celery. Oh, you ruined it. Thin butter and flour for. I've been known to put a bay leaf in mine, but then I take them out. Instead of oregano, I put thyme. Well, I found one of the most balanced. You want to season something up and just make it okay. Mrs. Dash will not season your food by itself, but if you use Mrs. Dash in conjunction with salt, you got a little something, something. All right, the real love. I just mostly wanted to go live and let everybody know I wasn't dead. Um, sorry, I'm sitting there griping about my back. Pretty much all I can think about though. That video I put up today, the one about the uh, right, left, bluebird, cardinal, burning tree thing or whatever. Literally, soon as I killed the video, the camera, and this is embarrassing. All I did to get rid of to thrash my back, I had a sneezing, coughing fit when I was turning in the truck, and it, I mean, something snapped. And here I am. I've been actually thinking about doing the Bible studies. I quit them. It wasn't a time thing or anything else, but I couldn't say words. I would, uh, the before I got on the one medication that I'm on, I literally if I got excited and I was talking, which I get excited when I'm talking about the Bible, I would start talking, but I wasn't saying words. I thought I was saying words, but I wasn't saying words. I've got several pre-recorded Bible studies and YouTube videos that um, maybe I'll upload them and have them set to go live or whatever or public whenever I kick off. But until then, they're going to remain unviewed by the public because I want to have a little bit of dignity. Um, But yeah, I've been thinking about doing the. But the Bible studies is real important to me because I don't want to say anything that's going to mislead anybody or take anybody the wrong direction. I do not want to lie about God. There's enough people out there doing it right now. Like anybody with a skirt on that's standing in the pulpit calling himself a pastor, they're 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 outside the will of God. Uh, Now you can be a teacher and you can evangelize other women, but in the flesh on earth, no. I don't make the rules, God does. And everybody wants to start the argument about the clean or unclean eating and stuff like that. And I can't do that argument anymore. Not without completely losing my stuff. You do you. It's that simple. If you want to eat clean, eat clean. If you don't think you have to, then you don't have to. If in the back of your head you think you should and you're not, you got trouble. But you got to make sure, and see, here we are, we're having a Bible study now. You got to make sure that that voice whispering that you're doing something wrong in the back of your head isn't the Antichrist. You don't need somebody to do a Bible study for you to read the Bible. You just have to take yourself out of you and put it over here, and then put the Bible here and let the Holy Spirit tell you what it's saying. You just have to apply the rules. Is what you're reading in the Bible confirming beyond a shadow of a doubt, with no falling away, no turning away, that there is one God, the God of Israel? And by default, the God of everything. The God of Israel is the God of the pagan, the God of Islam, the God of the whales, the God of the dogs, the God of rocks. There's only one God. If are the scriptures telling you that there is only one God? Is the spirit that's speaking to you from the scriptures telling you that there is only one God? Listen to that one. Is the spirit that's talking to you when you're reading the Bible, studying the Bible, telling you that Jesus Christ was the only begotten biological Son of the Most High God? Is it telling you that he lived through the eyes of the law, a faultless life? Is that spirit telling you that he suffered and died for you? Is that spirit telling you that he rose again and is alive to this day, interceding for those who believe with the Father, for those who have these other things right? Is that what the Spirit's telling you? Then you're listening to the right spirit. If that spirit is telling you that once saved, always saved, that you can't lose your salvation, that you can't turn away, I think you need to look into the Bible a little closer. Two people that God took the spirit back, they fell out dead. believe he unsaved them. So yeah, is the blood of Christ gives us the liberty to do a lot of things. Is it beneficial? Is it prudent? Is it helpful for us to do those things? Not many of them. And that's where you have to find that's where you have to find your center with God. That's where you have to find your path. God will shine a light on your path for you. He is a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. He will do that for you if you're looking at his light and not somebody else's light. It's got all this stuff lit up over here, and you can see all these different options and all these different directions and stuff. Chances are that is not the right light. Just saying. What procedure is that? A cage? Yeah, see, I've got to wait for my old man insurance to kick in. And I'm going to try to see about something like that. I've got no disc in L4. No, is it L4, L5? S4, S4. Anyway, I'm missing 2 discs in my lower back. I don't want to tell somebody that, oh, yeah, you're right, that's okay, and go back 20, 30 years in my walk with God and confirm what somebody's believing that they've gleaned from the Word of God early in their walk when they're out there trying to glean by themselves and they're on fire and they're not really paying. They're only hearing what they want to hear from the guy who's trying to, hey, slow down, man. You walk that straight and narrow path. You don't run it. You bump into somebody who's trying to walk the same path, and you're gonna bounce off. And you're gonna be in the ditch. Okay, it's not a running race. It's a walking race, and the only person you're racing is you. So you gotta slow down. Some of the things, I've got friends that will never speak to me. They were friends. They'll never speak to me again because I would not give in on what they just knew that the Holy Spirit had told them about the Word. That's not what that says, man. In yeah, that's why we got the Southern Baptist, Independent Baptist, the Primitive Baptist, the Fundamental Baptist, the Baptist, the Methodist, the Church of Christ, the other Church of Christ, the Lutherans, the Episcopalians, the Church of Gods, the Assembly of Gods, the Bethel Baptist, the Disciples of Christ. The reason we got so many denominations is because people get pissed off at each other and they go with what they think God is telling them, and they say this is what it's going to be. They make an entirely new religion based off of something that was just supposed to apply to a specific moment in their life. And you got hundreds, thousands of buildings across this country that won't let stringed instruments in the door during, so they can sing a war. Just because somewhere back in the day, somebody had to come up with a reason not to have a stringed instrument in the church. But yeah, I'll talk to you about it all day long. Just leading a Bible study is a dangerous thing. It's how do you ask God to forgive you for leading somebody astray? You know, you're supposed to be leading somebody into the light, and you tell them something wrong, and you guide them away from the light. That's on you. That's in not in James. It's like not James is the only one. But anyway, preachers are held more accountable. Preachers and teachers are more accountable. They you're they show ass, and rightly so. Don't was it Paul? What did he say? Don't let many seek to be preachers or teachers, because those that do are will be held more accountable. That's way paraphrased. Yeah, but it's not. There's all kinds of like. I mean, I got so many problems with the Baptist Church, and that I mean that's I'm a licensed Baptist minister. I'm just, um, I was baptized into the faith in the disciples of Christ. I was ordained in an Assembly of God. I've been ordained. I was ordained Assembly of God, uh, and again in a Baptist church. Um, I was actually ordained as a Baptist pastor 20 years ago, and then licensed 10 years ago. Thank you, Walter. I love it, and that's I'm really hoping to get back to it. But um, I think about doing, and I want to do them pre-recorded instead of the live. Um, I actually love preaching. It's one of my favorite things to do. Preach all day long, every day, and that's the problem. Though I like to preach all day long, and Christians ain't good at being Christians. They don't got a whole lot of time spent with God. It'd be okay if they spent every waking hour outside of church with God, but they usually, you know, not. So a lot of them try to pack it all into an hour and 10 minutes. And that means, the 10 minutes before service starts, they're on their best behavior. The 45 minutes of service, they're on their best behavior. And they're usually doing pretty good right up until the time they get to the cafe. And exactly C103. We used to have really cool people come in and play at the church. I get a Christmas card every year from him. He's actually quite disappointed that I'm not preaching, so he liked my preaching, I think, which is. I think the dog died. No, he's still alive. Damn it. I'm actually thinking about trying to make a flute with some bamboo. There's this weird flute that comes out of Asia that's made with a really big piece of bamboo. And it sounds kind of like a dying whale. I want to make one of those. Uh, yeah. But I don't want it to sound like a dying whale. So we'll have to see how this goes. Anyway, I got to get up and walk around for a while. If I sat too long, my back gets stiff. If I stand up too long, my back hurts. You get back on the eating pad. I need to put ice on it, but I don't know if anybody in here's ever hurt their back. And the alternating ice and heat really does work. But me, as soon as I put the ice on there, it's like literally knives. I can feel knives or nails or ice picks or something. But it's not intolerable. They're poking around a little bit. They're not actually stabbing me through and through with them. But it is very unpleasant. Uh, I still have a PO box. Huh. Walter says he's got some bamboo. Ouch.
Have you checked it?
Somebody needs to go by and check to see if there's anything in it. I know we paid for a year, but we don't go to that town anymore. I guess maybe I'll have to get one at the other. I don't know where the other one is. Oh, you go there all the time.
No. We got a machine. We do it at the office now. We don't go to the post office hardly ever now.
Why are you making my life harder? I'll have to get back to you on that, Walter. I have some bamboo, but I also need to get my barn all in one piece. I need to stay out. I need to stay out of the hurt locker long enough to get something accomplished. Man, it really sucks because I was on my way to get stuff to do a thing, a very important thing, a thing my wife really wanted done. And here I am.
I thought you wanted that other having to gather firewood.
Yeah, I got out of it.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, though, that I didn't throw my back out until I got it all cut up and stacked.
That was nice.
Cut that freaking, go over there, harvest the firewood, bring firewood back, cut it all up into nice, pretty little pieces, stack it all nice and neat, do all of that stuff, no troubles. I chew, cough, 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 hack, 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 and I'm on my back. It's bullshit.
Because the cold was already moving in by then.
I know. I should have done something. I shouldn't have left the house. I don't know. I just really don't like this. It's every winter, though. I cry about this. Oh, I told him I was leaving. Sorry, I was talking to my wife while, and y'all were probably that. Oh, he's talking to his wife. Oh, anyhow. Y'all still alive? No die. I need to go watch. Mark, I haven't seen that video you were talking about, but I'm extremely jealous of your neighbors. It was my lifelong goal to wind up with those kind of neighbors, but I haven't given up yet. So, love you, people. Y'all still alive? Do not die. And I lost count. I don't know which one of you two gets to be like the least commenter. So, y'all have to go back and watch the thing and see for yourself. Maybe we'll just start over next time. Anyway, God bless y'all. Y'all still alive? Do not die. Peace.